place of spectacular entertainment. A place to experience unforgettable moments. It is a place where you can reach out, touch, and be touched by the wonders of the animal world. It is a special sanctuary and a one-of-a-kind wildlife showplace. It is a place like no other. It is Marine World Africa, USA. When Marine World opened in 1968 in its original location south of San Francisco, it was a modest marine park. But a few years later, a man named Mike Demetrius came to the park with a plan to create an attraction unlike any other. New exhibits and attractions were added as more visitors each season came to discover this unusual animal showplace. The addition of rare, exotic, and endangered species made Marine World Africa USA one of the most comprehensive oceanarium and wildlife parks. As the park expanded, there was a growing understanding by the people of Marine World that animals respond to affection and caring just as people do. It was this special bond between the people and the individual animals that grew to become this park's most compelling feature. Then, ironically, this home for so many endangered animals became itself endangered. Its land was needed for commercial development. A new location was found across San Francisco Bay to the north in the city of Vallejo. Mike Demetrius started to plan a new park, 3 times the size of the old one. But first, he would have to figure out how to move 500 animals. In an unprecedented relocation operation, 100,000 tons of equipment, hundreds of trees and plants, and one of the world's great menageries would have to be moved. Truckloads of elephants and ostriches, plus flamingos, giraffes, rhinos, dozens of zebras and other African hoofstock, and of course, the largest of all the animals, the killer whales. All would have to be captured, carefully loaded, and safely transported to the new site. Requiring the precision planning of a wartime invasion, the move of Marine World Africa USA attracted national attention. To celebrate the successful completion of the mammoth operation, a fitting finale was arranged. Dozens of animals were loaded aboard an animal ark to sail north to the park's new home, Vallejo. The spectacle of an ark transporting a load of exotic animals presented the weekend sailors on San Francisco Bay with an unforgettable sight. Now beautifully situated on 160 rolling acres, 30 miles northeast of San Francisco, this new Marine World Africa USA was cause for celebration for the people, who would enjoy a spectacular new entertainment and education facility, and for the animals, whose spacious new home would mean that innovative habitat areas could be designed with each animal's needs in mind. Truly a one-of-a-kind wildlife showplace, this would be the first such park to be owned by a non-profit organization, the Marine World Foundation. Many of the Marine World Africa USA's 500 animals of land, sea, and air were born at the park. They are hand-raised, receiving individual care and lots of affection, which accounts for the remarkable relationships between the trainers and their animals. Without this extraordinary trainer dedication, Marine World's most compelling attraction, the close interaction between park visitors and the animals, would not be possible.
Yes, you're beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
One of the longest-lasting animal and trainer relationships is between Naji, a Bengal tiger, and his companion of 15 years, Director of Land Animals, Peter Gross.
Najee here is really a great example of what we do at Marine World. He is the end product of a kind of training that results in our ability to have people get very close to animals. This familiarity with people starts from the day they're born. The adult tigers actually allow the trainers to sit right there in the box even before the tigers have opened their eyes. They're handled and in some cases picked up by the trainers. From that point, they then go to the nursery where the bottle raising and feeding starts. After the cubs have been in the nursery for about 2 to 3 months, they're then taken out amongst the public to sort of grassy play areas. We just turn them loose and let them run, and the public can look at them during their play. And during all this play, they're still with handlers and with people the entire time. And then when they get to be about 1 year to 2 years old, like Samson, Jai, and Tara here, they're moved out to what we call Tiger Island, which is a wonderful place for guests in the park to come and see older tigers that play with their handlers. What they're doing right now is the handlers are acting like prey, running away from the tigers, turning their backs on them, and the tigers then, as they would when they made a kill in the wild, run, jump, and knock down, and then roll over in the grass, and in reward they get their stomachs. Tigers have their own pool. Most people aren't aware of the fact that tigers love the water. This is terrific exercise. We feel it's very important here at Marine World that an animal not just be left to sort of stagnate in enclosure. It's a very rewarding sort of a job. Sometimes you just sit there and say, God, this is a 500-pound tiger laying there with his head sleeping in my lap. And it's a pretty incredible feeling.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm the guy that takes care of all the reptiles here at the park, and I thought maybe by accident you guys might have forgot to put some reptiles in your shot. So here's Grendel.
No alligators.
No alligator scenes?
No.
Well, how about some tortoises? I've got tortoises.
No.
And iguanas?
No.
Snakes?
I don't think so.
No. How about maybe later?
Maybe.
Hi, Tom.
Okay, give me back that parrot.
In addition to the colorful and exotic birds we have here at Marine World, we also have a small family of predatory birds. These birds are permanent care animals, which means they can no longer fend for themselves in the wild. The reason they can no longer fend for themselves in the wild is because they've met with some kind of harm, such as high voltage wires in wind, cars, shotguns. People still shoot these birds, believe it or not. But in Indy's case here, my Harris hawk friend, he's 9 years old, and he was stolen from his nest as a baby bird. This happens very frequently. Fortunately, Indy was saved, but during the process, his left wing was broken. You can see that it droops just a little bit right here, and also right about in there. Now, because of this injury, Indy can no longer fly as strong and as hard and fast as the wild Harris hawks, so he would inevitably starve out in the wild. He has to stay here at Marine World for the rest of his life, which makes me happy. And he does do quite a bit of good, I think. He flies in our bird show 5 or 6 times a day. And at the end of the show, when this little guy comes zooming in over everybody's head, I think every piece of everybody's heart zooms away with him.
Marvin, the swimming reptile.
Tom, I don't think so. No reptiles.
What? No reptiles? What kind of a show is this? Come on, Marvin, it's not you. We'll get you in later.
Go to the vet clinics to get your pedicure. Yeah.
Along with the round-the-clock attention and the hand-raising which all the newborns receive from the nursery staff, there is also complete medical care by Dr. Laurie Gage, Marine World's full-time veterinarian.
Yeah, well, I think she's very healthy. She looks very good.
Here's the next
So,
station.
oh, we've got the ostrich chick.
Each day brings new surprises to Dr. Gage and his staff, who may be called upon to treat anything from a rhino skin condition to a baby ostrich who needs a little toe taping to ensure proper foot development. Some patients are just too large to come into the veterinary clinic, so Dr. Gage sees them on her daily rounds.
How's Bandy's shoe working out?
Oh, the shoe's working out great. It really is
great.
leveling out her stride and everything.
Can we take a look at it?
Sure.
Let's see
Bandy
if there's
foot.
any uneven wear or anything on it.
When trainer Ron Whitfield and Dr. Gage noticed that Bandy, one of the elephants, had an uneven stride, they studied her during a series of thorough examinations and determined that one of Bandy's front legs was shorter than the other, causing her to limp. So an athletic footwear company built a special orthopedic shoe to help Bandy walk properly. The custom-fitted walking shoe that Nike designed was probably the world's largest. Now, park visitors enjoy the sight of very stylish and functional pachyderm footwear modeled by a 3.5-ton beauty.
That's great. Hey, here comes the rest of the gang.
Oh,
I
they
guess you
sure are.
get going.
I better take the leader of the pack here with us.
All
All right,
right.
Bandy, move up.
See you later. Hi, Sonny.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, we got these new vitamins formulated for the whales. They've got more vitamin E in them.
Oh, great. Big vitamins for big whales.
Yeah. Hey, I hear the medical behaviors are coming along.
They sure are.
Caring for a killer whale represents a special challenge to Dr. Gage. At 10,000 pounds and 22 feet, conducting even a routine medical check on Yaka can present some difficulties. which is why the marine mammal staff, headed by Sonny Allen, has been training the park's 2 female killer whales in a new series of behaviors to prepare them for future medical examinations.
And then the next behavior is so that you can check her mouth for any foreign matter and also to see how healthy she is on the inside.
And we
so
can
go ahead and just touch her. Yeah, we get her
get an
what we
idea of
call
her body temperature here too. That's great.
It's what we call desensitization, so that she's very relaxed and she doesn't have to worry that we're going to harm her in any way.
Oh, that's tremendous.
Okay.
How's the ultrasound work coming?
Paul has been working on that primarily, and
using a small styrofoam float to simulate the probe of an ultrasound diagnostic machine, Yaka is familiarized with the painless procedure which will allow Dr. Gates to evaluate the whale's internal organs during her next checkup.
Oh, this is great. So now when we bring the ultrasound unit over here, we'll probably get a good picture of her heart.
Yes.
She's so used to this. Well, listen, I think these medical behaviors just look fantastic, and next week when we do our physical examination, I'm sure it's just going to go like clockwork.
Each day, better and better.
All right, well, we'll see you next week.
Okay, Doc.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye,
Bye.
Yaka.
Say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Oh, were you doing a shot here? Hey, well, I've got you. Why don't you come right over here? I've got some reptiles I think you'll really like. This. Yeah, right here. Beautiful animals. Harold and Rita. And they're real rock animals. I think you'd like. They go great on rocks anywhere.
No, I don't think so, Tom. No.
Well,
We're afraid not. We're going to pass on them.
We'll be right here when you need us.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Just stay right there.
Good girl. How are you this morning? Good girl. Tasha is a 2-year-old snow leopard. Unfortunately, Tasha was born blind. She was born at another zoo, but she's been at the park since she's about 8 weeks old now, and she gets along just great. From the start, we've done all we can to help her get along. Being blind, though, really hasn't hampered her spirit much at all. She's a very outgoing cat. She's real confident. She'll really do just about anything that a sighted leopard probably would. We just have to help her along a little bit, help her find her way around. If Tasha had been born out in the wild, she definitely would have not survived. Her mother probably wouldn't have even taken care of her. Tasha has a very important role here at the park. She really serves like an ambassador for her species. She's probably the rarest animal we have here at Marine World. And because they are so rare, it's important that people are educated about what the snow leopard is like. If they can see their beauty, then maybe they're going to care a little bit more about trying to preserve this beautiful animal. She can be found up to about 19,000 feet. That's why she's got such a thick coat on. Her feet, you can see how huge her feet are. They serve like great big snowshoes. She has a lot of fur on the bottom of them. And we hope that by people learning about snow leopards, they're going to care about them and hopefully try to help them. So when you guys grow up, you can do all you can to help save endangered species. Tasha and I get to spend a lot of really special time together. I feel real fortunate that she's picked me to be her person, to work with her and to kind of help her through life. She definitely has a lot of special needs, but together I think we make a real good team.
One question the marine world animal trainers are frequently asked is, what do they eat? Not the trainers, the animals. Well, as you might expect, the grocery shopping list for this extraordinary menagerie can be unusual, even unexpected. Great quantities of fish, anchovies to smelt, are necessary to satisfy all the marine mammals. Each killer whale devours 200 pounds of herring, mackerel, and other fish a day. All told, a mountain of seafood, more than 210 tons, are gobbled down each year.
Okay, here's my bread for today for the elephants, exactly 52 loaves. This is San Francisco sourdough. It's great stuff. They just love it. I'll take that down to them in a minute.
Precise quantities of fresh fruit and vegetables, as well as sourdough bread, are carefully portioned for each animal.
That spinach really looks great, bud. But we needed a couple extra cases for next week. You need 2 more cases for next week, huh? Yeah. Okay, let me write that down. 2 cases for Dave. And bread, exactly 52 loaves for the elephants. I'll make sure you guys get that.
For 20 years, Tina the elephant lived inside a cramped concrete floor cage in a New York zoo. Unfortunately, when her only friend, her old keeper, died, Tina became lonely. With no one to comfort her anymore, she started to be hostile to her new keepers, a few of whom were knocked about. Soon no one would go near her. When it was announced that the zoo would be closing, all the animals, except Tina, found new homes. She was unwanted. Finally, Marine World Africa USA heard about Tina and took pity. Knowing that elephants are very social animals, they felt it was her isolation and loneliness that accounted for her bad behavior. Tina was brought out to California to live with all the park's other elephants. It quickly was clear that companionship was just what Tina had needed all along. Now, in the company of the other elephants, and with lots of good food and exercise, Tina's personality was transformed.
As you can see, Tina's come a long way in the last 5 years. She gets her daily exercise by giving rides to the small children at the park. On our days off, we get to come out here and eat the fresh green grass. That's something that's very nice for elephants. Tina, being from New York, she never had the opportunity to eat fresh grass. As a matter of fact, she didn't have any grass in her pen and she didn't know what it was. It was like a closet child that had to rip it up and stick it in her mouth because she'd never been associated with it before. Then she found that she really likes it. Another thing that she really likes is the San Francisco sourdough bread that we get in this area. Don't you? Yeah. Her and her elephant companions eat a lot of sourdough bread. And because they're very social animals, Tina made a big change once she came out here. She's a real good girl now. Huh? Yes, that's a good girl, huh? Aren't you?
You ever petted a tiger before? No. You haven't? Where have you been all your life?
What is that?
Hi, Tom here.
Hi, Tom.
I thought this would be a good place for Alvin the snake.
Oh, snakes.
What do you think? No?
No.
Okay, well, we'll just be hanging around.
One of the trainers in the Marine Mammal Department, Debbie Cooney, has spent the past 8 years working with bottlenose dolphins. As a result of thousands of hours spent with these 5 dolphins, she has achieved a remarkable relationship, establishing mutual bonds of trust and affection. For Debbie Cooney, an enchanting moment occurs each time she descends into the dolphin pool. It's as if she's entering another world. Across the park and behind the scenes, another group of dolphins is the subject of one of the Marine World Foundation's ongoing research projects. Dr. Anna Reese, One of the Foundation's directors and a specialist in dolphin behavior is involved in a project investigating various aspects of dolphin communications. The Foundation is also involved in a variety of educational programs to expand our understanding of the animal world. The relationship that bonds trainer and animal is so strong and often so long-lasting that there are some instances in which a trainer has watched over 5 generations of an animal's family. Even a passing look at the employee's parking area makes it clear. For the people of this park, working with and being with these animals is more than a job. It becomes a way of life. Everyone here shares a deep feeling for all these creatures, our earth-born companions. And for those who visit here, something special is in store. They will encounter the beauty and the prowess and the wonder of these animals, an experience quite unforgettable. To come this close to the animal world, increasingly rare in this time of threatened and diminishing species, is an experience which, like the animals themselves, is irreplaceable and touches our hearts.
Nige is just one of many animals at Marine World that people can get very close to. And I think it's important. Through this closeness, people become very attached to endangered animals and want to do something to preserve them. And I think that's just one of the many things that's very special here at Marine World. How about you, Nige? What do you think?
It's a funny thing about most people that come out to the park. They think that they don't like reptiles, but a lot of times it just takes them time to meet one before they realize that they do. One like Grendel here. And I think it is important that people meet reptiles and realize that they aren't so terrible, because reptiles do need all the friends they can get.
And we love him and we want him to stay here forever.
Together, I think we make a real good team. We can help people to understand how important it is to save endangered species. She can get real close to people, and by seeing her, they realize how beautiful she is and how important it is to help an animal like this.